Hello, how are you? Today I brought you an amazing recipe for your dinner, for your lunch, a one-dish meal. You're definitely going to love it. This recipe is low in calories, low in carbs, high in protein, budget-friendly, super quick to make, and the flavor is incredible. You're going to love it for sure. It doesn't have any kind of flour, no gluten, no butter. You're going to love it. Stick around until the end. You won't want to miss this. Remember, as always, down below in the description, you'll find the ingredients with the quantities and nutritional information so you can make this delicious dish yourself at home. Tell me here in the comments before we start, are you in the process of losing weight? Do you dream of losing weight? How much would you like to lose? How much would you like to weigh? Write it for me down below in the comments. So let's start this delicious recipe by making a little sauté, because when we use affordable everyday ingredients, it's important that we take a little time sautéing, treating them well to bring out all the flavor. So I'm going to start here by adding my olive oil, which really is the fat I always use for cooking. There's even a video here on the channel talking more about this, and I'm going to add my onion to the pan here. Remember that onion is excellent because it's rich in fiber, it's prebiotic, and great for intestinal function. An onion is also really good for seasoning food, right? It's very rich in bioactive compounds, excellent for our immunity. So it's really a good addition to our recipes. To make it easier to sauté the onion here, I'm going to add a little salt because it draws out some of the water naturally present in the onion. So I'm going to add the salt here. And first, before anything else, I'm just going to wait for this onion to brown because then I'll add a bit of garlic. But if I added the garlic now, either the onion would stay raw or the garlic would get burnt because onion has more water activity than garlic. So it's good for us to always do this in 2 steps because it's really quick. So hold on a second, I'll be right back. So after the onion is sweated, like this, when it looks more translucent, we can go ahead and add the crushed garlic. And always remember to crush the garlic 15 minutes before adding it to your recipes, because then the alliinase in the garlic comes into contact with the alliin and forms allicin, which is a very interesting bioactive compound for improving health and controlling blood pressure. So garlic has many benefits. I'll leave a video talking about this down below in the description as well. I'm going to add a little extra seasoning here to our sautéed mixture. I'm going to add a little bit of paprika here. This paprika is sweet because I'm also using a little bit of cayenne pepper here. And I'm going to add a little bit of oregano. You can use the seasonings of your choice. Remember that they also stimulate our bodies, right? In this case, since we're using pepper, it's thermogenic. And spices always bring other bioactive compounds that really benefit our health. So let's give it a good sauté. The smell is just wonderful. I wish you could smell it from there. So now I'm going to add my tomato sauce. Remember, I have a recipe here on the channel showing how to make homemade tomato sauce. And if you want, you can also buy a good quality sauce. Preferably a passata or those canned peeled tomatoes, you know? They're just peeled. That way you make sure it's minimally processed, right? And now to cook here in this well sautéed and seasoned tomato sauce, my mouth is watering. I'm going to add my cauliflower here. Remember that cauliflower is an excellent addition to our dishes because it has a lot of fiber, plenty of antioxidants, very few carbohydrates, and very few calories. So really, it's very interesting. And to cook all of this, I'm just going to add a little bit of water here so the cauliflower can cook in this sauce to absorb all these seasonings. There's still one ingredient missing at the end to make this a complete meal. So I'm going to wait for the cauliflower to get nice and cooked, which is really quick. And then I'll be right back so we can finish up. If you love quick recipes like this, one-pot meals for dinner, leave a like and I'll come back and make more recipes like this for you. Well, our cauliflower is already cooked here. The smell is wonderful. To make this meal more complete, really turn it into a full meal, I'm going to add some eggs. I made a little hole here. You can see it, right? And I'm going to add the egg here to make like a little bed for it to keep cooking here. Actually, everything will keep cooking, but the eggs are here. I'm going to use 3 eggs here. Tell me, do you love eggs like this in vegetable recipes? It's a really economical way for us to add more protein. So now I'm going to do the following. I'm going to cover this again and turn up the heat a little so it cooks through. I'll be back in 2 minutes so we can try this delicious dish. Hold on. Look, now that the egg is starting to cook, I'm going to add a little bit of cheese here too. I didn't add the cheese before because I wanted the eggs to start cooking first. Otherwise, everything could have fallen apart here. So I'm going to add a little bit of cheese. This part is also optional. If you don't like dairy or don't eat cheese, you don't have to add it. Tell me, do you like a bit of cheese in your food or not? And I'm just going to grab some green onions over there to finish off this delicious dish. I'm going to sprinkle some greens on top. This one is dried, but you can use parsley or cilantro. And look, now we cover it so the egg can finish cooking and the cheese can melt. And I'm going to grab a plate to try it because I'm really craving this delicious dish. I'm dying to try it. Let me grab some here. I'll try to get a whole egg here. Make this at home. You're definitely going to love it. Tell me which seasonings you're going to use to make your tomato sauce and this tomato base here. I'd love to see your comment. Look, now it's time to eat this delicious dish. Make it at home. You're definitely going to love it, for sure. Check out my playlist of lunch and dinner recipes low in carbohydrates with few calories. You'll love it if you're trying to lose weight. Remember to like the video. It really helps me out. And share it with someone who will enjoy it, someone who needs it. Let's expand this chain of good. That's what I want here for the channel. It's so hot. Delicious. And with such simple ingredients, right? It's really tasty. Make it at home and you'll love it. See you next time. Bye.